Hello, and welcome to another episode of In the Spotlight, where we shine a light on entrepreneurs, innovators, and creatives. I am Maxcene Crowe, your host, and today I am joined by two young entrepreneurs who are making waves and are rising stars in the film industry. With their new production company, Sleep Dust Productions, I'm really pleased to welcome Bridget and Steffi Engstrom. Hi, ladies. How are you both?
Hi, we're good. We're just so honored and excited to be here and be on this podcast and share a little bit of our story.
And you, Steffi, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm also very excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to your story and sharing your journey with our audience. What I will start with is, for our audience, can you introduce yourselves and what inspired you both to become entrepreneurs?
Go first. My name is Bridget Engstrom, and honestly, the world that I grew up in, my parents being entrepreneurs and very work happy and always just striving to be as determined as possible. That was really something that made me be like, okay, I could maybe do that with while holding their hands. I could do that definitely. So that was a big inspiration. And I've just always wanted to be in the film industry. And again, the only business setting that I've been around is entrepreneur. So I was like, that's kind of how we get into there. So yeah.
Well, hello, I'm Steffi Engstrom, and like Bridget, it was mainly our parents who were like the biggest inspiration ever to be like, you can do whatever you want if you have a good plan and you see it through. Like the joke around our house is like, we actually try to manifest, like, but manifest means like you take steps to do it. Bridget came to me like about a year ago and was like, I want to make a movie and I want to do this, this, and this. And I was like, I was in my going into my senior year of animation school, and I was like, okay. And it's working. Like she is making it work. It's so cool.
That's amazing. And how did you come up with the idea of Sleep Dust Productions? Where's the name come from?
See, it's a good question. So it kind of has like a gross like actual meaning to it. Like if you look up sleep dust separately, it actually means like eye cheese, like eye crusts. So it's
Oh my
kind of
gosh.
gross. But I was speaking to like our best friend, and this was a long time ago, and I was like, yeah, I just woke up with like eye cheese in my eye, and she was like, "Is that?" I'm like, "Oh wait, what do you call it? You call it like the magic cheese?" And she was like, "What are you talking?" I'm like, "This the sprinkly stuff." She's like, "Sleep dust, because little fairies come and sprinkle dust on your eyes when you're sleeping." I'm like, oh, so I thought it'd be fun, like, oh, it's like when you're going into a movie, you're like going into a dream and then you'll wake up. But it is if you look it up, it's like we're
We're gonna populate that search
we're gonna
term.
make it beautiful
Bye.
though.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
nice version.
it's just sparkles. It's not like yeah.
I remember those days. It still happens occasionally. Okay, so let's talk about your journey and let's talk about the challenges. So even as an adult entrepreneur, I'm quite intrigued to know if the issues are the same, or are you as young entrepreneurs experiencing something different to the grown-ups. So what were the initial challenges that you faced when you started this venture,
Well,
which is pretty cool, by the way?
thank you. Didn't really it was very hard for me to wrap my head around that like there are people out there who want to invest and I really didn't know how to pitch properly. Pitch something that was factual. Like I do little presentations of like this is true because I say so, but that doesn't roll with it.
Incredibly entertaining.
So figuring out how to like I guess persuade somebody, it's like this can happen and make them believe at the delusional level that I believe in it. That was a bit of a task, I guess, to figure out. And then yeah, I just was like, I mean, would people really want to give their money away? Because I'm like, it's gone forever. Not really like no, it's like they're gonna get it back, make a profit off of it. But I'm like, I don't think anyone would want to keep this. So more so getting into the mindset of like, no, people like want to help you and you want to build this community where you all are going to succeed.
If I may add on to that, you had another challenge that I think you used to your advantage, but seeing as everybody doesn't know you, she was 16 learning how to do this. Like she was a 16-year-old going up to people and going, "Hey, I want to make a movie. I want to make a fully animated movie. I want to work with like a team of 30 people. I need this much money." And you did it so well and you knew exactly what you were talking about. But I think that the there's only so much balance between like, oh, I want to help this young entrepreneur, but also like, but they're a kid. Like, how could I like consciously trust that? Like, I wouldn't for most kids, but I would with her.
Thank you,
Um,
Steffi.
but I do think that that was a part of the challenge. And, you know, I am older than you, but even I'm not that much older that I can be like, huh, it's okay. Like, you can trust me. No, I think that was the interesting issue because, even like filmmakers who have been in the industry a long time, they have to argue that they're worth like investing in. So that's been really impressive for me to witness your
Mm,
journey, at least.
mm. Yeah, and has there been so far in this journey a pivotal moment, something that's really, it could have been like a light bulb moment or something that just clicked for you both?
Yes, I would say there is, Bridget.
Let you go
I think
first,
the
then I'll
first
say my
light
piece.
bulb moment happened incredibly early on. I would say it was like day 1 or 2. And it was after Bridget like was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a movie, I'm gonna write a script, never written a script before, like anything. And I was like, okay, let's see. So she writes up these like 2 pages of like what she's thinking, and me and our 2 other siblings, Jack and Vivian, were all sitting down and reading it. And I drew what I imagined the characters to look like, and then I sent it to Bridget, and she ran to my room, was like, and then we talked for
Wow.
like 2 hours about exactly what she wanted. And it has kind of just stayed being like that ever since. Like every little milestone, we've like screamed, been so excited. And then like we listen to it again and again and again. Like this week, we're listening to the dialogue for the first time, all edited, which we're so excited for. And I know that we're going to be screaming like that at the same time. Play again, play again. But that for me was like a light bulb moment. You go ahead and say another one.
I'm going to speak more from the entrepreneurial person within me. Well, I get really immature when I laugh too hard at my own jokes, and I'm like, I feel like it's not that funny. But I think a big pivotal moment, at least in the business setting, kind of figuring out how to navigate that was actually a very recent event that Steffi and I attended with our mother. It's an entrepreneurial event. It's to uplift a bunch of young entrepreneurs and older entrepreneurs, and just kind of celebrating that spirit that they have. It's called Uncharted. We got the honor of going, and I was kind of just like, you know what? It's so cheesy, but I'm just gonna completely be myself. Like I'm not gonna put on like a front or anything. I'm just like, I'm gonna say whatever comes to mind within reason, of course. And it just made me relax. I was like, because I have some social anxiety, whatever. But like, it's like, okay, like don't like joke around with people in business. Like don't present someone who you're not, because then they're gonna be like, you're weird. Just be yourself, you know? Yeah.
That's a
It's a
really
pivotal mindset when I was alone in my room. I was like, I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's the beauty of being yourself is that there's absolutely no one on this planet like you. I have a saying, be your own unique self, always. And people always say, sort of, be your authentic self or authentic, unique. There's only one of you. So why would you try and mask it or try and be like someone else? I know people do for whatever reason, but this is something that you've manifested, and it's bringing it to life, and you're doing that, which is incredible.
That's
Good
such a
lesson
beautiful
to
way to
learn.
put it.
Good lesson to learn. Very good lesson to learn. So how do you feel that have you had any setbacks yet in this journey?
Some like close calls kind of with dealing with like just stuff that we've never like we don't know the industry. I've never written a script before until now, so it was navigating that. It was navigating dealing with like other people once we brought them onto the project. Also lovely. I'm so like blessed with the people we've gotten to work with. But it was kind of just like, okay, like I can't really be their friend. I've got to be their boss, but I've like got to be real with them. And sometimes we were like stressing about money. I was like, oh my God. But we have this nice safety net that we are kids or I'm a kid and I'm like, I still can be at home and I don't have to worry about like my life being on the line. So it's like I wouldn't trade it for anything. And I do like that there have been some challenge is a really strong word because it's actually been rather fairly smooth sailing. But I'm glad there's been some like bumps and rocks in the boat. Because if it's
Vote
not,
is
then it'd be like, we're not working hard enough.
Yeah, you're as you learn more and more, it's more case of, it's navigating which way to go, always talking and asking lots and lots and lots of questions so that you of the right people as well. I remember I was talking about the who, not how. You already have the vision. You already know where you're going. It's who we can use to get you there. Whether it's the team, whether it's support from your mom, or it's exciting. It's very exciting.
Yes, it's so cool.
So
No, but our
let's talk.
support system's awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. So let's just talk about some growth. And I know we touched on it a little bit when we were catching up the other day. But what's your view in terms of growing and scaling your production company? Can you just share that with us?
Yeah, a big picture dream for Sleep Dust would for it to be one of like the pioneers, one of the big foundational standing points for 2D animation. I want it to be this beautiful big production company that always creates reliably fun and original 2D animated content for kids, for adults, for families. Just I want it to be a very reliable studio. When people hear that a Sleep Dust Productions film is coming out, they're going to be like, oh, I definitely want to go see that. Like, I know I'll have a good time. There will be some aspect of the story that's for me. So I really just want it to be this beautiful little piece of art that people get to enjoy.
And are there any underlying messages in your animation films?
In our first one, it talks a lot about overcoming grief and finding your confidence and really just understanding what your purpose in life is. And I guess the main message of the film would be to really enjoy your life, and you can overcome any impossible, difficult challenge that life throws at you if you have a strong support system and if you believe in yourself and if you know the right people that you should have in your life and the ones you shouldn't.
I love that. And what about for you, Steffi?
Well, I am really excited to have a production company that supports artists properly because that is my background. We want to eventually get to a space where new ideas can be made without like all of the hoops that people often have to jump through and all of the sanitization of storytelling. Because that's where like the magic happens. Like you think of all the best movies of all time, and it's because these amazing filmmakers managed to just start their own thing, and we want to just keep that. We want to keep that magic for the entirety of our production. Yeah, we just want to make a reliable experience for like families and you know, preteens need so many pieces of content nowadays because they have nothing. Like it's you go from Pixar to like, I don't know,
Riverdale.
CW now to like, I don't know, like what are preteens meant to do? So we hope to definitely fill that niche. Um yeah,
Yeah,
and period.
that's good. That's good. So, can you share, if for each of you, can you share um, a success story that you both have had so far?
One, but I don't know if I should share it. I will not.
It depends. I mean, while you're thinking about that, I'll tell you a story. There was a lady I had on the show a while back. She's from a place called Guernsey, and she actually runs a very successful spa. She's into beautician. So I don't know if this is appropriate actually. Oh
No,
well,
go
we'll
ahead.
see.
It's
We'll
okay.
see. So I basically asked her, what was the most popular request that she's had as a treatment in her spa? And so then she embarked on explaining this whole. I'm not going to say what it is because it's not. It's not appropriate. You have to be careful. And so she started explaining this whole procedure that's very very popular. And I said to her, I said, and back then I did these live and I said to her, do you realize that we're live broadcasting across 3 social media channels and you're there talking about B-U-T-T? Yeah. And I was just like, okay, so don't worry about it. Share whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
Steffi, you go first.
Well, okay.
Success.
I am going to share a success story that is also like more emotional because Bridget's the business side. But I know that the person, if he watches this, he would definitely laugh at this. My happiest moment in Sleep Just Productions and in making a film so far was getting our composer to be on board. Because first meeting, we're like, hey, like we met him because our mom worked with him like way back when. And she's like, hey, I know this amazing like composer. You should talk to him.
The best
He's like
pianist in
insane and
Seattle,
amazing.
yeah.
Like I don't know how he does it. But anyway, we meet him and we meet at Top Pot Donuts. And I'm like, do you want a coffee? You should have a coffee because he's like fidgeting. He doesn't want to be there. So we sit down, we're talking. He's like, so this isn't going to happen. You know that, right? We're like, but if it did, would you be part of the project? And he's like, it's not happening. So bye. So we meet him again like a month or two later, and he's warming up to the idea a little bit. He's like, I mean, it's still probably not going to happen, but say it did. What would you need? And slowly over like 8 months, we got
It
him
was
to
a
be.
year.
And now he's like our biggest cheerleader. He's like the coolest person to work with. We get to like text him all the time, be like, hey, we're like so excited to hear what's happening. Like, it's so cool. But that is my favorite success story. The fact that we got him to believe in the project, be excited about it, and now he shares it with people in his life, and it's like, yes, it's great, but not business related.
So before Bridget comes to her success story,
Yes.
I'm actually intrigued why he thought it wasn't going to happen.
Because it was so early on in production.
We brought a folder and I was like, look at the charcoal sketches that my sister did. You have to believe in this. It's happening. And he
It
was
was
like,
nothing. We had nothing.
excuse me, this isn't happening. He's like, don't you know like how difficult a film is to make? And we're like,
No,
but
like
like
we
it's
told
gonna
him what his
happen.
budget was. We're like, no, we're raising this money. He's like, how?
Like, I don't think so. Well, and the last time that he saw the two of us, we were like 3 and 5, so it had been a while, and he was just like, these kids, come to me. Go.
These
Okay.
entitled kids.
He's great though, he's so sweet.
No, he's awesome. But
That's a wicked story. What about you, Bridget? What's a success story for you?
Okay, I think I'll share the one regarding our voice cast, which
do
is
it.
all such lovely people. No, I was like, there's like 2 I could do, but I'll do the voice cast one. So, super random how we met I'll keep everyone anonymous right now just because I
We haven't officially released
I
it.
just will,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
we met one of our voice actors because a family friend of ours sat next to him on a plane, and then we went on a hike with him. And then he was like, oh, this is so cool. I do voiceover stuff, by the way. We were like, oh, great. A
He
few
has the
months
best voice.
later, I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to find my voice cast. He's like, oh, I have everybody for you. So he basically cast my whole movie for me. Amazing. And then 2 weeks before, it was like 2 weeks, right? Before
It
we were
was a
going to
week and a
go.
half.
It's a week and a half before. And he's friends with all of the people that he got me in contact with. So they're all super close. They're all such literally like the nicest people ever. I'm like, how are you guys real? But one of them was like, I just don't think I can do it. Like, I'm gonna drop out. So I was like, and then like the day later, one of my voice actors was like, I have a guy for you. I have 3. Just tell me what you need. I'm like, my God, she's just so like, I'm not gonna curse, but she's amazing, basically. And I was like, wow. So it was just the fact that we lost someone, we got them back we got another person in within the span of a week, and then we did a rehearsal, and then we had 2 straight weeks of recording out, and then now we're done. I'm just like, wow, that was like blind, like this has got to work. It's got to happen. Yeah, it's like half success, but yeah.
Well, I just
That would be
remembered
it.
a really big business success that I personally didn't think would happen as fast and smoothly as it did. Bridget always knew that it would happen. Bridget's always right with this. But the fact that we managed to raise our first round of funding was amazing. Being able to tell people that we did our first round as friends and family, but still like amazing to us. Like That was incredible. Bridget created pitch decks, learned how to pitch to people who like we thought were like, oh, they're family friends. Like they of course would invest.
My mom was like,
But
because I
but
sat
they
down with
did,
her and
and
made a
they're
list like
amazing.
really early on of like people who would be interested because I had no idea how to go about raising money, and she was very kind and helped me. And she was like, she'd probably like, oh yeah, like they know you, they like you, they totally. And then as soon as she was like, I didn't think it was gonna happen. I'm like, Mom, you told me it was fine. She was like, I had no idea.
Interestingly, how many no's did you get from that first round?
Oh, quite a more no's than yeses because I think it was about 20 people I sent an initial email out to going, this is what I'm doing. If you'd be interested, then we can continue the conversation. And I think like 15 of those people were like, so, which is totally understandable. It's actually what irks me the most is when they completely ghost you. Because I've had like
Yeah.
3 people do that. And I'm like, can you just say no?
I
Like,
know.
come on, man up, say no. I'll keep my temper
Important.
under control.
It's an important lesson, and even so, take age, take all of that away. As human beings, where we have a vision and we believe in something so passionately, it's the same for every entrepreneur. There's going to be more no's than yeses. But when those yeses come, and sometimes it's going to be quick, sometimes there's going to be slow burners where a year down the line, 2 years, even longer. There was a chap I was talking to yesterday, and he said to me, I have to keep it anonymous because it's clients and
Yeah,
stuff, but he said to
sure.
me, my gosh, I'm so excited because I've been trying for 10 years to get this contract, 10 years.
Oh
But
my gosh.
the contract that he has is it's years. I'm not saying, I mean, for how long you've been in business, it's
A long
incredible
time.
what you've done so far. And I know it is a long time, but what I'm saying is there's going to be some things that are, depending on the business, long burn, some things where you're going to think, you know what, that's not right now, but don't ever give up on the dream of, because there's timings for everything and for everyone that comes in on your journey and comes into your life. So never. And someone also said no is not actually a no. It's probably a no right now. Maybe try. Apart from the ones that ghosted you, I get it. I've been ghosted. I don't know how many times in the last few weeks and months with my new business as well. So you're not alone. People are busy. People have busy lives, so it's how you cut through the noise. How you cut through the noise is really important. Okay, so what is the best piece of advice that either of you have received?
I didn't really receive it. I kind of stumbled upon it in like the most like teenage way ever, but it was in regards to writing the script. 'Cause then I was like, never done that before. And I was kind of thinking back to when I was 4 and I would have like 5 like My Little Ponies lined up and I'd go, they all have to have their turn to talk. And then it would be like the worst dialogue ever. So I was kind of panicking. I'm like, this is not it. But it was this like YouTube video and there's this really great TV show on Netflix. It's called Arcane, and I never watched the YouTube video, but the title was it's like every line of dialogue counts, and I'm like, that's like so true. Like I should apply that to
Yeah.
my script. So it's just, and even looking ahead to writing future ones, I'm like, yeah, every like word that's said, it has to be tailored. Like some characters wouldn't say like, oh yeah, that's great, but some of them would. Like it's specific what word am I the words that characters would say and how they would say it it was just helpful with that mindset going into writing the script. So not really business related, but creative wise, it was some of the best information that I kind of just fell into.
And actually, one of the things with being an entrepreneur is that you're always flipping between, as a founder, as founders, you're always flipping between creative, you're flipping between business. It's all part of being an entrepreneur. And sometimes you're going to enjoy more than others, for sure. What's the best piece of advice that you've had or recognized?
Been very lucky in life and I've received a lot of advice. So I'm just trying to sift through it. I'm not sure if the thing that I am thinking of qualifies as advice, but I know that it definitely has shaped Bridget and I's personalities growing up and definitely shapes how we go about talking about this film and working on it. Our parents constantly said from a young age, like, we do not defeat ourselves. And it's like, yeah, okay. we're going to make this work. We're going to do this. We're going to take it to like the limit. We're going to push as far as we personally can. And it's like, if somebody says no, it's fine. Like, you're still going to believe in it. You're still going to push it forward. Like what Bridget and I always say about the movie is it's like, it's going to happen. The question is it's happening in a short period of time, or is it going to take us a long time to make it? Like, we're going to make it.
Yeah.
So I think that is like a distilling of all of the information that at least I personally have chosen to receive and take in as a person.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know, but we've been so lucky. There's so much advice that I'll probably remember as soon as I get off this call. But we're incredibly lucky. We have so many mentors in our life and like good friends that like just are the best support system ever.
Yeah. And
That's
it's really, that's great. And that's really important. That and for any entrepreneur on the journey, there's lots of and there's lots more to learn even still. So I'm going to ask you what I ask our other guests as well. Is it a work? Do you have a work-life balance, or do you see it as work-life harmony, or is it
harmony.
just a whole playground for you because it's just you're doing what you want to do in life?
It's a playground, yes.
Yeah. It's
I had
awesome.
a feeling it would be that answer.
Well,
Oh,
it's just
so
it's stuff like Steffi paints and I then draws and I paint as well. So it's kind of like, am I going to be creating for work benefits, or I'm just going to be doing this for fun so I can hang it on my wall? It's like, it's kind of like, what do I
she
want to do
painted
right
all those
now?
behind her, by the way.
Well, not
Wow,
this one. That Steffi did that
nice.
one. So maybe I should cover the Batwoman, but that's fine. Oops.
It's so much fun. Like, I am very happy to say that I get to live at home with family right now. So I get to run downstairs and yell at Bridget, like, wow, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, and this. And then we get to draw and be like, what do we think? It's so much fun. Or I get to read everything that she writes all the time. Like, she wrote up another film that we have in development for the first time the other day. And I was like, me and our littlest sister were flipping through it and reading it. We're like, this is so good. It's so much fun. It's the best.
So there's a dear friend of ours, and what he says is it, have fun all the time. Whatever you're doing, make sure you have fun. Never ever let go of that. That has to be forever.
And
Even when
celebrate
you're gonna have
stuff.
serious moments, but once they pass, get back to having the fun.
Yeah.
It's really important. It is. So I'm going to ask you both: is there a book, a resource, or podcast that's been particularly influential on you both?
That's good questions.
Well, again, from a dialogue perspective, this last year, because I was doing the final draft of the script, and it's kind of out there, so it might not be related to the actual question that you asked. I started reading a lot of classic books like Scarlet Letter and Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Down Dr. Roach. Just a bunch of like beautiful pieces of literature, and helped me kind of like dissect how dialogue flows and like big words to use, and better round how I am as a writer. So I'd say just this beautiful collection of classic books has been very helpful.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm like,
Okay.
right, okay.
No,
It's
it's not.
thinking
I
like,
see.
oh my god, the host disappeared. It was just like, yeah, because I was just thinking, I must be shrinking. Because even with my daughter, I was looking at a picture the other day, and I was like, oh, how are we the same height? How is this possible?
Oh, no, we have our younger brother. I'm terrified of the day that he like wakes up and is taller than us. Oh,
It happens
it'll be
though. They just
terrible.
shoot up
Right here.
overnight.
I'm like,
Literally, literally. But is your mum and dad tall?
Yes.
So,
yes,
so
I'm not. Mom's still taller than us.
oh my gosh. So he'll 14 and it'll be kind of the voice will go and then it'll be like, what happened? When did that happen? So
No, I can't. I can't with it.
my
Yeah.
mum she's 82 and she's literally down here now. And I'm like, Mum, where are you going? remember you used to look up to your parents and it's like, why? It happens. Okay, so I'm gonna resume where we were, and I'm just gonna ask the question again. Ladies, is there a book, podcast, or resource that has been particularly influential for you both?
Yes, it's unfortunately it's not a book, although I do read. I read a lot of classic literature, and that has helped round my dialogue. It is more so this one movie that I've clung to for the last 16 years of my life, and it's Disney's Sleeping Beauty. It came out in 1959, and everyone always calls it boring, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's like she she doesn't do anything." I'm like, "Exactly. She is just living her best life. She gets her happily ever after. She has figured out the secret to life, and she dances on clouds with the love of her life in the end." I think it's the most I'm oversimplifying it, but I think it's the most beautiful, like, heartfelt movie ever. Like, I'm just like I'm watching it like this, like, every time. It was a big inspiration for our film, even though I was like, so it's not really about three old fairies trying to protect a child. It's more like about the actual princess in the story. But we can try and see. But it's just such a beautiful. I really love the film.
That's beautiful. And what about you, Steffi?
So you said a resource, so I'm going to say three people that come to mind, which is our mom. As you know, our mom is amazing. Spoke very highly of her. She's so cool. Ever since childhood, we've related her to Wonder Woman. And she's like, yeah, that's mom. Two, our best advisor and investor ever. He has just the most amazing like insights into everything. And every time we talk to him, it's like we're getting a masterclass in business ing entrepreneurship. That's it.
Yeah.
He's just the best and amazing. And our best friend has been so influential in like the healthy side of the movie. Like she is
Yeah,
help
one of the characters is based off of her. The character who's our
the hero.
princess's best friend. He's the hero, and he's like, "I'm gonna help you through your grief," and she's like, "You don't have to do that," and in like the sweetest way because this friend was with us like through the hardest parts of our lives.
And she
Yeah,
is just magical.
she's just a
She
little
is
ray of
magical.
sunshine. I'm like, I don't know how you exist like
Yeah.
that. It's great.
No. So I know that she was a big inspiration for Bridget as well. Her and Sleeping Beauty, neck and neck.
Yeah, up there.
Yeah.
So we've talked about your journey. We've talked about what you love. We've talked about the best pieces of advice, challenges. You know what we haven't spoken about is your movie.
Well, it's not that important.
Yes, Bridget can take that away.
Okay. And yeah, just share with the audience about the movie, and if you have, with your permission, if you have a clip or a trailer that you can share with me so that I can share that as well, that would be really great when it's ready.
Yeah, we do have a teaser. However, we still need the original score for it, and I don't want to get copywritten with the music we have behind it. So when that is ready, I would be so happy to share it. But few months down the road.
Thank you.
But yeah, it's an original fairy tale, and it takes all of the classic fairy tale motifs. It's like there's a princess, there's a white knight, there's this evil stepmother who has magic, and this very beautiful, happy, pristine kingdom. And it's basically what you kind of notice in a lot of these fairy tales is that the characters they lose a loved one that's so dear to them. So I kind of was looking at that and I'm like, well, what if we actually talked about that effect and how that has changed the course of their life? Because it usually does have a dramatic impact on the literal path that their life ends up taking, but the emotionally and how that redefines who you are as a person and changes your perspectives and helps you gain perspective and helps you gain, I think, a lot of sympathy and love for the rest of the world. And I just felt like that was something that needed to be written about personally, and looking at the world from a 16-year-old perspective is I wanted to give parents and children that is when something very difficult happens in a child's life, a parent can then if they're having trouble talking about it, if they get very emotional talking about it, they can be like, well, maybe we can watch this movie and we can think about it this way, and then talk about it through the movie instead of using the very upsetting real life change that happened.
Yeah, yeah,
Get very deep about it. Yes.
yeah. It's really important. It's really important though, because sometimes it is difficult to know what to say when things happen. And also understanding the emotional journey that you go on as well. Sometimes when it's an adult, they're not in the shoes of the child, or because it's a whole different kind of responsibility that an adult has to have, and way of thinking. So it's I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I really can't,
I
and
can't wait to show everybody.
share it with the world.
I'm so excited.
No, it's gonna be
I'm going to
amazing.
be every day in the theater. One ticket to my movie, please. It'd be so awesome.
Literally.
You guys, have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood it's the Quentin Tarantino film? Margot Robbie is Sharon Tate's like, what if you're in the movie? Do you get like a discount? It's like my favorite scene. I was watching that like a year ago and I was like, it's gonna be
That's
me.
gonna be
It's so
you.
gonna be
That's
me.
gonna be you.
Yeah.
Steffi, what does the film mean for you? The production mean for you?
I really think that it's something that American culture needs specifically. I know it's kind of funny because you're on the other side of the world, but our
It's okay.
The
I think we need it too, by the way. I don't think
yeah,
start with the US and then you can start spreading it over.
yes. But I think that in the hope to make everything like commercialized and make a lot of money off it, which is right to do, like you have to make money to make more content. I think we've tried to go so broad in our audience that it doesn't really resonate with anybody anymore. And I think grief or big changes is something that Gen Z and Gen Alpha really feel. And like Gen Z even like feels grief for losing like a childhood that they didn't have because of COVID. Like there's so many layers that I think we can touch on that in this country. I can't speak to other ones. I haven't lived in other countries. But I know that it was really important to Bridget that this is an American fairy tale. It feels like it accurately represents our struggles here and how we can like be like work on ourselves, but in a way that also contributes to our community. Yeah, I know that sometimes like I get really self-focused. I'm like, oh, I have to do this, and I have to do this, I have to work on myself or whatever. And it's like the best way to actually like make yourself feel better is to put energy into the world and help other people. uh, And so I think that that's what this film gets across, or that's what I get from it anyway.
Yeah, it's it's
Yeah.
pretty special. Just to reassure you that the working on yourself bit it never ends.
Yeah.
I think you're on
Yeah.
about
And that's
version. I
okay.
know what.
No, that's okay. You're supposed to keep changing. And that's something that I know I need to remind myself. It's like, it's okay. You can still keep evolving. It's fine.
Evolving. That's the word. It's evolving. I think that the core of who you are, I call it your blueprint, your DNA. I don't think that changes.
Yeah.
I think you evolve into better versions of yourself. I'd like to
Yeah.
believe that's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
agree
sure.
with that. Yeah. And you can do that by meeting really cool people and
Mm.
helping them evolve with you. I think that we need to do that more around here.
No,
Yeah.
our friend that we talk about, I used to be an angry little ball of fire. Like I had the worst temper imaginable. And then she was like, you need to like chill out. And I was like, okay, I'll calm down. Over like the course of 7 years, it took a while.
Yeah, and it's
Where
and
it's
you know
said
what?
now.
There's no time limit. The most important thing is that you've recognized, and change is very personal. You're the only one that can actually change you, irrespective of influence or influences or people in our lives. The book stops with you at the end of the day, and the type of person you want to be, the type of person you want to become. Um, it stops with you, no matter how hard we try. Hard lesson that I've been learning recently, to be honest. But this isn't about me right now. Share that. I'll share that story with you another time.
Oh, come on. Okay.
It's a bittersweet story in that it's a bittersweet story in that as much as there's a person that's really dear to your heart. So I have a relative that's really, really close to in a situation. And as much as you can be as positive and optimistic, however, feeling out of control of that situation, not being able to do something, not being able to do something in that I'm not in control of how that outcome ends. And I've done as much as I can to a point, and I'd love to do a lot more because that's me. I just love to help and
Because
do
you
what I
love
can.
that. Yeah.
And it's hard pill to swallow when you know that ultimately that person has to want to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow. It really is.
Yeah.
But it's still hope.
Thank you for
I'm still hopeful, despite the odds. The odds are literally like got to defy the odds. But yeah, I'm still hopeful.
No, and that does mean a
That's
lot.
beautiful. Thank you for sharing a bit about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to have hope, and you've just got to keep believing that the best of people and what happens in their world, and we're worlds apart, and just makes you realize how fortunate we all are to be in a position where we can actually realize our dreams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Incredible. It's incredible, and I don't take any moment for granted at all. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome being able to have a vision and see it come to life. I feel like we're on
Yes.
parallel paths
Yeah.
actually because we're all doing new
Yes.
stuff, creating,
No,
and it's super special. It really
it's the
is.
best to have opportunities like this. I know Bridget and I talk about this a lot, actually. We're like, we don't want to squander it. Like, because of like who our parents are, because of the circles that we happen to find ourselves in, we have these opportunities and we're like, we got to give it to other people. We got to get successful. So we give other people these opportunities. Like,
Right?
that's like, it's amazing. We're so lucky.
You've realized that now you're doing it now, and it's incredible, and I'm inspired by you both. I really am.
We're inspired by you.
Two-way street.
It really,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what it's all about. I'm thinking if I've got any other questions for you. So, a question that I haven't actually asked is, what advice would you give to other young entrepreneurs that are thinking about starting their own projects, their own businesses, or that have struggled? What advice would you give to them, to both of you?
Want to go first? All right, you can go first.
Based on my experience, I forgot to name drop which school I went to. I went to the DigiPenn Institute of Technology. And based on my experience there, I want to just yell at everybody and every young entrepreneur ever, you can do it. Be arrogant, be audacious, just do it. Just try. Like you are like you're capable of it if you just push yourself. Like people always undersell themselves, and I think that is the main difference between people who have a idea or a dream and don't act on it versus people who have probably an equally as good idea as them, but they're like, you know what? No, I'm going to take it. I'm going to go with it because it's the best thing ever. You think that your idea is the best thing ever. Like everybody else will eventually. Just do it. Um, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I
thank
guess
you.
to add on to that is just go for it. Again, back to the very big realization that I had at the event. It's like just be yourself, like go for it, put yourself out there, talk to anybody, just cold call people, ask anyone who is in investing to invest. Just do everything because you will get some yeses, you'll get some return from it, you'll get experience at the very least. Just put yourself out there, do as much as you can every day. And even if that's like sending one email, I think that is enough. It's just put a little bit of effort into this beautiful thing you're trying to create, and it someday in some form it will happen. Yeah, and and know how much of your idea, whether it is a story or it's a company or it's something new, you are catering to your audience. There's some things that we have changed in our story, we have changed in our marketing and modeling plan, and there are some things where I'm like, no, this is exactly how I want this to happen, and I'm standing on that. And I think it's knowing how much of your vision to tailor to the wants of others
Yeah.
while keeping it yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really important. Thank you both. Thank you both. I think we're at the end of our show. I just want to, I know,
It's so
I
fun.
know. And it's like, what else can I ask you? Let me just say.
How do we keep it rolling?
Yeah. So if we talk about what's coming up, that's what we need to talk about. What's up and what does the next few months look like in terms of your journey, your project, the film, the production, and when do you think it's going to be out?
I love answering these questions. So this summer we are storyboarding the film. It's going to produce a rough cut basically. So it won't be pretty, but we can sit audiences down and go, what do you think? And then they can give us our feedback. So that's going to be really exciting. And so while that's being storyboarded, I'll be raising our main funding round to then make it look all beautiful and get the score behind it and everything. My La La Land, the date that I gave it was like summer of 2026. I was like, it's gonna be out. It's gonna be the summer movie. Speaking with my composer, he was like, I need time to do this. I was like, okay, fine. How about November of 2026?
And he
So,
agreed.
and he was like, okay, I can do that. So if
Okay.
everything goes to plan, and again in La La Land, or I'm like, it's all happening, then we'll probably be looking at November of 2026. So
And
yeah,
Bridget's always right with these things, so we don't
yeah.
say
Don't
that
wanna
she's
mess-
crazy for that.
So whilst you were talking and explaining what's going to be happening, another guest that I've had on came to mind, who focuses on female founders. So I am going to, as another gift, I might have his book. Not normally to my back to the camera, but oh no, I've been renovating my office, so I haven't got his book here. I will make sure you get a copy of his books, Female Founders.
Thank you. Or just
Thank you.
Because
Or just even the name of it, yeah.
it's Funding Female Founders, and it's also
Ooh.
Add Then Multiply by David B. Horn. Shout out to David. Oh, I love that guy. So David B. Horn, I'll basically, he's got them as ebooks probably. I will make sure that we get copies of those to you ladies as well. So,
thank you.
You're
yeah.
so good.
Oh, he's
Amazing.
full of some wonderful Canadian, full of wonderful wisdom. He's been in the UK for many, many years.
We're Canadian. 75%. Yeah.
So he's been in the UK for many, many years, and so much admiration for him. And in fact, there's a podcast of his on my channel. So I'll point you in that direction as well to learn some nuggets of wisdom from him.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Truly awesome.
You're amazing.
So we are at the top of the show. I hope you've actually enjoyed In the Spotlight, and
Yes.
I'm what I will actually do as well. Let's revisit in the next sort of 6 months or so. Where are we now? July, maybe in the new year actually, because I want to hear all about where you are in this journey. This is the long-term thing, so I want to hear where you are in the journey and how things are going. And yeah, thank you so much, Bridget and Steffi. Where can our audience follow you and learn more about you and support your journey?
Instagram.
Yeah, so we both have Instagrams, but LinkedIn is the professional one. And we are going to release our Sleep Dust Productions website hopefully by the end of the month. So there too.
Okay, brilliant. That's brilliant. This has been another episode of In the Spotlight with Bridget and Steffi Engstrom from Sleep Dust Productions. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you.